Hello, wonderful friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Samantha back here with another little video, just a bit of silliness, bit of a giggle, and it's beautiful here in the northwest of England. Finally, we're getting a little bit of sunshine. So straight to it, I thought today we'd make these little cute beaded beads. How sweet are these? Absolutely gorgeous. You can use them for all sorts of things, including earrings, necklaces, bracelets, etc, etc. So we're going to be replicating this cute bracelet today because I just thought I enjoyed the colours and I thought it was nice to have a little bit of chain in between, and perhaps we may even make a bonus pair of earrings. All right, so we'll go through a list of materials that you're going to need to make these simple little beads but super effective. Okay, so let's get a materials list. Pop those over there, out of the way. So you're going to need some 0.8mm wire, which I believe to be 20 gauge, but I will just double check and I'll probably write the equivalents here on the screen for you. To make the little beads into little stations, you're going to need some 1mm 18 gauge wire, copper, whatever you like, just whatever you like. Okay, you're going to need some seed beads. Right, so we all know, don't we, that seed beads aren't all the same size. 11/0s in some manufacturers can make 11/0s slightly thicker than others, so just choose your favourite 11/0 seed bead. I'm using today, these are Toho beads in the colour opaque rainbow blue turquoise. Really cute beads. All right, to make this guy here, you are going to need, as usual, some flush cutters, some chain nose pliers. I always have 2 to hand just in case. When we're making the bracelet, you'll probably need a couple of pairs. Have them anyway. You're going to need your round nose or your 6-step bell making pliers. You will need just a quick tiny little ruler just to measure your lengths out. You can hear my dog snoring, he's under the table. So I'm sorry about that. You're also going to need a mandrel, a very thin mandrel. Now I, back a few years ago, decided I was going to try sock knitting, and I treated myself to a set of double pointed needles to try my hand at sock knitting, and I hated it because anyway, they were stuck into my hands. So I have a set of these guys and they're doing nothing. So use this kind of thing, or whatever you can get to hand, as long as it's even the inside of a pen, the insert of a pen, a biro pen, that would probably work, but a thinnish mandrel. This is 2.5mm. All right, so I think that's it. You will need some chain, but what I'll probably do is, at the time, I will pop up in this section here a little link to a video where I show you how I made my chain that I'm going to be using today. So let's clear this table away and I'll stop waffling and we'll go ahead and we'll make these cute little beads. All right, so I'll see you in a few. Righty-ho, so we're back. I'm going to show you how to make this particular size, which is approximately 1.5 centimetres, or what's that, just over 1/2 inch. Like I said before, all seed beads, all 11/0 seed beads aren't quite the same. So as you can see here, I've used exactly the same amount of seed beads, but one is slightly larger than the other. So these 11/0 seed beads are smaller than these 11/0 seed beads, which you wouldn't think, would you? But yeah, as I've discovered to my cost over the years, that not all 11/0 seed beads are the same. All right, but we're going to be using the Tohos today. I think these are Miyuki and I think these are Toho. So there must be a slight difference in the width of the 11/0s anyway, but let's not worry about that for now. So just pick your favourite 11/0 seed beads. Right, let's go for it. So we'll pour a few of these out onto the table. You take your 0.8, I believe that to be 20 gauge wire. Use any wire you like. If you've been watching me for long enough, you'll know that I really like copper, but you know, anything you like. So you need to measure out approximately 20 centimeters of wire. I'm saying approximately, again, this is just ideas for you. As you start to make these, and you'll know how big or small you want them. For this size, there's 44 seed beads on here, and that takes 20 centimeters of wire. Okay, so you've got your wire. First thing you need to do is to bring in your mandrel. So I'm using here this cute little, very expensive knitting needle that I'm not using for anything else. So I'm going to ruin them with wire instead. And all you need to do is pop your wire around like so, just a couple of times, like so. All right, and then just pull it off. What we then need to do is, with our wire here, with the seed beads, we need to put on 44, 45 seed beads, something like that. All right, so you just come in and bob these little guys onto the wire. That's 4 and that's 5. Oops. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in order for you to not get bored and fall asleep during one of my videos, I'm going to just pause it here and we'll come back when I've got 44 on. All right, so I'll see you in a few. Okay, we're back, guys. I hope you haven't fallen asleep. So we've got 44 little seed beads on our wire. The only thing I would say is that when you commence, before you commence, in fact, make sure that your seed beads fit on your wire. All right, so there we go. You can make thicker gauge ones of these with perhaps 8/0s. But anyway, so this is the one we're making today. So we have 44 beads on. This is when we come back in with our little knitting needle or whatever it is you're going to be using. Pop it back on like so. All right. Let me just get this on the right way round. There we go, that's better for me. So again, if you're left-handed, you just do the opposite to what I'm doing. The tip that I will give you is that we're going to be winding this around the knitting needle. So as you're doing it, hold the beads taut. Don't have them flapping around like this, because that will ruin the look of the finished piece. So because we've got a little bit of wire left here, pop your finger underneath that and use it as an anchor. Use this hand to push the beads down. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is carefully and gently, so that we don't crack our beads, because they are glass after all. So just keep pushing these beads up gently and wind and wind. Okay, making sure all the time that they're not too pushed up, because again, like I say, they are made of very fine glass, aren't they, seed beads, so you don't want to crack them. So essentially all you're doing is winding around, okay, until you get to here. Then just wind your wire around like so and push up so that everything is all squished up nice and neat, and then just pull out your knitting needle or your whatever mandrel it is you're using, and this is what we're left with. Okay, what I like to do is to have two, let's see if I can get that closer, 2 wraps on either side of the beads. So when you're cutting this, what I like to do is to cut in line with the last bead. So where the last bead ends, I'll just take my flush cutters, and as you can see there, we have 2 wraps. On the other side, do the same thing. So that needs to go around again, just to make sure that you've got 2 wraps on either side. So where that bead ends, that's got 3 actually, hasn't it? There you go. So just snip. All right, so you've got two wraps on either side. So I'll just get these little bits out of the way. What I like to do now is to come in with my little chain nose. So as you can see this here, it's spiraled around. I just like to tighten that in slightly. So what I do is I grab it and twist a little bit and tuck that little end just in slightly. Okay, it just neatens things up a little bit. So again, just tuck that little thing in, the end of the wire there. Too much there, but that's all right, it doesn't matter. That's a good demonstration as to why you should be careful and not work through cameras. But you see what I mean. All right, and then just squish things around a little bit and tidy it up. And there is our beaded bead. How beautiful are they? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So let's take some I've done turquoise and red on this one, but we'll just do turquoise beads on this guy that we're going to make now. Okay, so what you're going to need is some little pieces of chain. All right, so I've made this chain in another video, which I will put up here somewhere so that you can see how it's done. So you need 5 little sections of 5 jump ring chain. All right, you'll see what I mean in a second. So what we need to do is come in with our 1mm wire, because we're going to be making these little stations. All right, so let's have a look. You're not going to need a huge amount actually, so we'll just pop these out of the way for now. Let's have a think. So just flush cut the end, as always. So I'm going to suggest, let's have a look, probably 6 centimetres just to be on the safe side. You probably need slightly less than that, so let's see what that brings us. You come in with the second step of your chain of your 6-step bell making pliers on the end. Bear with me while I work through the camera, which is always really difficult. And make essentially a head pin. All right, so just tidy that up if you have to. I like things to be neat. All right, so that's your one bit done. Take your little beaded bead and pop it on. It should sit nicely over the top of, there you go, can you see? It just sits nicely at the end. Next thing we need to do is to grasp this firmly and in the same direction as this guy here, which is this way, not flat like this but up like this. You bend it away from you to that kind of angle. All right, so I know that my second step takes around about 1 centimetre. So if you want to measure it, you can do, or you can just eyeball it like I generally do, around just over 1 centimetre, I'd say. Come back in with your plier, your second step, and make another loop. Like so. And then just tidy things up a little bit. And you can tuck that guy in if you need to, which I do, that's fine. So there we are. So we've made one little station. So all you need to do is do that 5 times. 4 times I think will probably be all right for this kind of size bracelet. So do that 4 times. I mean, you can do it as many times as you like, to be fair. I think if you're going to be making a necklace, obviously make quite a few of them. But for this purpose today, we're going to be doing 4 of these. So I'll come back when I've made all 4 and then we'll construct the bracelet with the chain. Okay, so I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're back, guys. Have you made all your cute little stations here? Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? These little beaded beads. So let's make our bracelet. So ahead of time, I have made these chains. I will pop a little video up to let you see how I made these. It's literally just jump rings made from 1mm copper wire, I think. Yeah, and I think these are 3mm jump rings. Dead easy to make. And then on the end, I've put a 16 gauge 5mm jump ring, just because we're going to be using an S-clasp. Righty ho, so let's get going. So what we do is, if you want to give these a slight touch of a hammer just to give them a bit of strength, then that's absolutely fine. I probably would suggest you do that, actually. Just gives them a little bit more stability. And it looks pretty too. So just open up the jump ring and, sorry, the link here, and just put our, oops, a little bit more, Sam. There we go. And just pop on our piece of chain. Okay, and back again. And again, open this guy up and put on our little piece of chain and close it back up. So this is all we're going to be doing all the way along to make this cute bracelet. Where's the opening to that? I can't see it. There we go. So if you wanted to do lots of these and make it into a necklace, that would also be cute, wouldn't it? You can make all sorts of things with these. We might even have a look at making a pair of earrings in a second, just because. That's that bit. Can you see how this is working? So let's do this one. Open it up and put the end of our little piece of chain on here. Hope you can see this okay. I am working through the camera, so as usual, you can probably hear me breathing heavily because I'm bending over my table, but that's fine. This is what happens when it's super hot in one's conservatory and you can't use it because it is roasting in there. So I'm in a different room today. Ooh, let's pop that in there. That's good. All right, the last couple of bits, pop that on there, and your little piece of chain. Use whatever chain you like, actually. You could even mix metal if you wanted to, and put on little silver pieces of chain, etc, etc. Nearly there. Make these as long or as short as you like. Again, like I always say, the world is your lobster. And the last piece of chain. Oops. So I hope you can see this okay. It's self-explanatory, really. And there we go. So there is our beautiful, beautiful bracelet made. Yes, that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So all you need to do is make your clasp of choice. I'm choosing to use an S clasp just because I think they are very versatile. And let's just pop this on off camera so you're not watching me fiddle around trying to put this guy on. Ooh. Go on, that's it. Right, so there we go. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I really, really like these guys. So you can do different colours like I've done here, or again, the same colour. Beautiful. But shall we have a look at a pair of earrings? Why not? So we'll see how these guys work with some earrings. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we'll make a matching one. And I came up with this guy here. So let's make the let's make the matching earring, shall we? Exactly the same principle. Take your 1mm wire. You hear my dog snoring. He's a very snory boy. He likes to sit under the table, which is very, very strange. Although he likes to be with me, I suppose. So again, like we made with the bracelet, you just want to make a little loop. Gosh, he is snoring. Can you hear that? Good grief, Glory. Okay, so there's our loop. Pop your beaded bead on so it sits nicely, and let's have it in the same direction, Sam, like so. All right, so then we need to cut here, don't we? So let's find my cutters, and just over 1 centimetre. Take your second step again and make your second loop. There we go. So just tidy things up. Again, I'm working through the camera, so you can do this much neater than I'm doing it here. There we go. So there's our little beaded station. So let's find one of these lovely beads. Can't remember what these are called. I'll see if I can find what they are when I do the description after I've filmed this video. Yeah, let's go for that one. So for this one, I used the, did I use 8mm? No, no, 1mm again, and let's make a little spiral section, shall we? This is just working on the fly. I like working on the fly. You know, it's fun just working things out as you go along. So I think we'll make a little spiral here. So a little spiral as we go. Round and round and round we go. Make a tiny spiral for the end. If you make your own copper head pins, that's also fine. Anything goes, as always. I think these are 10. They could be even 12 actually, 12mm. These little beads here. And let's just bend that guy out of the way, like so. And we'll make a loop to attach it to. So bend that around. That's just a little bit long, so I'll just cut that a little. That's better. There we go. Again, you can do it much neater when you're doing it yourself. I'm doing this through the camera an awful lot, so it's not quite as neat as I would like it, but that'll do fine, I think. And all you need to do then is to open that guy up, pop your beaded section on there, so that's got a little dangle. Shall we make a quick ear wire for that? So I don't know, 5 centimeters maybe, 2.5 inches. No, what's 5 centimeters, Sammy? Just over 2 inches. That'll do, Sam. Okay, make a matching ear wire. So around, make a P. You know how to make ear wires. I don't have to teach you how to do that. There's lots and lots of fabulous wire artists on YouTube that will teach you how to do it, and probably better than I can. I'm not an expert, don't forget this. So what I'll do off camera is I'll give that a slight tap around here just to harden it slightly, and then just file that guy off just so that it's nice and comfortable. But just for this purpose, let's just pop that on there. And there we have it, a pair of earrings as well. Like I said, you can make all sorts of beautiful things with these guys. I absolutely love them, and I hope you love them too. So have a lot of fun making these. Lots and lots of different colours, lots of different sizes. I know you're going to have a lot of fun. All right, so enjoy, and I will see you in my next video. It's an absolute joy to have you here, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, guys.